Zack Snyder's newest film Rebel Moon, Part 1, A Child of Fire, is an epic space, operate in keeping with the director's thrilling style, but Rebel Moon Part 2 is now releasing dangerously close to the first movie. The first film hit select theaters on December 15, not with a bang, but with a back limp thud, currently sporting a mere 21% critics score on Rotten Tomatoes, raking Zack Snyder's previous record for worst Rotten Tomatoes score. Rebel Moon Part 1 has been criticized for prioritizing flashy visuals over storytelling more originality. Snyder has an opportunity to change things, though since Rebel Moon Part 2, the cargo is scheduled for release in April 2024. The release of Part 1 is much too soon on this day, which is the sole issue. Rebel Moon's emphasis on world building over plot was one of its issues. Snyder acknowledges that the first movie was primarily set up and left the audience on the edge of their seats for Part 2. In light of this, the sequel could surpass the first picture in quality, since Part 1 established the characters in new. The second Rebel Moon movie can concentrate on delivering a tale instead of setting up Snyder's fantastical world. Nonetheless, the sequel's prospects have been severely harmed by the way their original film was received. Netflix would be better off waiting than hurrying through the release of Rebel Moon Part 2 in the hopes that it will mend them. Rebel Moon may have been disappointing, but its cliffhanger at the end might have drawn in viewers to the follow-up. In order to capitalize on this, Snyder and Netflix should let suspense between movies to grow, while viewers may eventually forget about the uninteresting or copious elements of their previous picture. They will never forget a great cliffhanger. This is especially true if Snyder releases his R-rated version of Child of Fire ahead of them. SCARGIVER. If the director's version generates more buzz, the SCARGIVER might have a more positive reception than its predecessor, the SCARGIVER, which Netflix will only be offering to viewers more of. If they didn't find fascinating the first time, won't help the franchise. If people didn't enjoy A Child of Fire, it's time to start hyping up the sequel to Rebel Moon, revealing more of its plot and emphasizing the aspects of the original picture that audiences found enjoyable, including the action sequences and performances. With enough time, viewers will forget the less than ideal parts of A Child of Fire and be more willing to give the SCARGIVER the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully, Rebel Moon Part 1 will go down in history as a botch beginning to a wall. Franchise Rebel Moon Part 2 has the potential to be one of the many science fiction sequels that surpass their original works. Snyder is known for creating contentious films, but he has also produced some genuinely outstanding movies, which is why he has a devoted following. But if all goes according to plan and the SCARGIVER airs on April 19, 2024, interest might die before Rebel Moon gets a chance to shine. There's more information available. We will update you about it. To stay updated about your favorite series, movies, or shows, subscribe and press the bell icon. Also like and share our videos with your friends and family.